Stop! You shouldn't buy the Inseego MiFi M2000 5G. The Inseego MiFi M2000 5G promises all-day 5G, Wi-Fi 6 for up to 30 devices, quick charging and enterprise-grade security in a pocket router. Either we've reached portable internet paradise or this is another round of hotspot headaches. On paper you're getting sub-6 5G with 4x4 MIMO, a 2.4-inch color touchscreen, VPN pass-through, separate guest and primary SSIDs, and even universal charging through USB-C. Sounds criminally generous for the price I saw on Amazon, $87.99 with a 3.3-star rating. But here's the thing, I actually lived with this device. I ran it on a modern mid-band 5G network, loaded it with a dozen devices, and stress-tested it at home, in a coffee shop, and in a rideshare. I've put the direct link to check current pricing in the description, but before you click anything, let me show you what I discovered after 2 weeks of testing. Here's what the M2000 claims to do. It's marketed to deliver all-day battery life on 5G with quick charge recovery, up to 30 devices on Wi-Fi 6 with stable speeds, 5G performance on sub-6 and in some variants MWave support, enterprise-grade security with password protections, guest networks, VPN pass-through, and admin controls. Pretty bold claims, right? It checks every buzzword box, but here's where things get complicated. Reality check. They claim all-day battery. What you actually get is 4 to 6 hours under real use with Wi-Fi 6 enabled and 5G locked in. Here's why: 5G radios, especially mid-band with 4x4 MIMO, are power-hungry, and Wi-Fi 6 keeps radios active, handling multiple clients and OFDMA scheduling. In my test with 8 devices, 2 laptops, 3 phones, a tablet and 2 smart accessories doing mixed browsing, a 1080p stream and a Zoom call, the M2000 went from 100% to shutdown in 4 hours 37 minutes. Quick charge did help, bringing it from 10% to 80% in about 55 minutes on an 18 WPD brick, but that's not all day. They claim up to 30 devices. What you actually get is usable performance with 8 to 12 devices before throughput and latency slide. Here's where it gets mathematically impossible. If 30 devices each want even a modest 10 Mbps, that's 300 Mbps sustained. In the real world, sub-6 5G through a mobile hotspot will swing between 60 and 250 Mbps depending on signal and backhaul, then you lose another 25–40% to Wi-Fi and protocol overhead. Pile on buffer bloat and you're in tech roulette territory. In my test, at 12 devices, latency spiked over 100 ms and Zoom started to stutter. They imply MWave in some listings. What you actually get on many Amazon units is sub-6 only. Here's why. The M2000 family includes different carrier variants. The one commonly used by T-Mobile is sub-6 5G only. The MWave-capable models tend to carry different model numbers and carrier branding. Unless the listing is painstakingly clear, most aren't. Expecting MWave is a setup for disappointment. Multiple user reviews echo this confusion. What the marketing suggests and what arrives don't always match. They tout enterprise-grade security. Reality check. Yes, you get separate guest and primary networks, strong password options, VPN pass-through, and basic admin controls. But we're not talking next-gen firewall, granular VLANs, or IDS. It's solid for a hotspot, not a corporate gateway. Also, the tiny 2.4-inch screen is handy for quick tweaks, but the UI can lag, and several owners report needing frequent reboots to resolve stuck connections. They promise universal charging. What you actually get is pass-through and power bank behavior that drains the hotspot quickly. Charging your phone from the hotspot while running 5G is a fast track to a dead battery and thermal throttling. Which brings me to heat. Under sustained 5G, this thing gets toasty. In a warm car, I saw the device throttle from 220 Mbps down to sub-100 within 15 minutes, then bounce back after a cooldown. That's not unique to Inseego. Small hotspots have tiny thermal envelopes, but it matters. Here's where things get interesting. That 3.3-star average on Amazon lines up with what I saw. When it's good, it's really good. When it's bad, you're rebooting, reseating the SIM, or moving it to a cooler spot. The plot twist: the price at $87.99 is enticing because many units are carrier returns or refurbished. That's fine if you know what you're getting. It's frustrating if you expected a brand new, MWave-capable rocket. Speed and connectivity. In strong mid-band 5G areas, I clocked 120-280 Mbps down and 25-45 Mbps up with latency around 28-45 ms. At the edge of coverage, speeds fell to 35-80 Mbps down and pings crept to 60-90 ms. LTE fallback was 10-40 Mbps. Compared to a newer Netgear Nighthawk M6 on the same network, the M2000 trailed by 15-30% on average, especially under load. Wi-Fi 6 range is decent in a room or small apartment, but 2 walls away it drops off fast. Battery life with 8 devices mixed workload, I got 4H37M Lite browsing on 3 devices stretched to about 7 hours on LTE, closer to 5.5 on 5G. Quick charge to 80% in 55 minutes on a PD charger and a full charge in roughly 1 hour 40 minutes. The removable battery is a plus. You can swap spares, but spares can be hard to source and vary by listing. Build and usability. The plastic shell is pocketable and the 2.4-inch touchscreen is useful for SSID, password, and quick toggles. But the UI lags under heavy networking load and I hit 2 random reboots during a day of testing in a warm car. Heat is the silent performance killer here. Give it airflow and it behaves, bake it in a bag and it misbehaves. The USB-C port handles tethering to a laptop reliably, which also saves battery, security, and admin. Separate guest primary networks, decent password controls, VPN pass-through, and an admin portal that covers the basics. What the marketing doesn't mention, you won't get deep logging, content filtering, or advanced co-s. Firmware updates are over the air. Mine updated once on first boot, but some user reviews mention stalled updates and needing a manual reboot. Red flags from reviews. Frequent disconnects after several hours, overheating in cars, confusion over MWave support, and listings with mismatched accessories or missing batteries. A few buyers reported needing to factory reset to resolve SIM detection. That's consistent with a 3.3 rating, hit or miss. Verdict: buy with caution and only if you understand the trade-offs. At 87.99, the Inseego MiFi M2000 5G is a tempting way to get decent sub-6 5G hotspot performance with Wi-Fi 6 and a removable battery. Pros: solid mid-band speeds when cool, quick charging, useful security basics, and up to 30 connected devices in theory. Cons: real-world battery is hours, not a day, heat leads to throttling and reboots, UI lag, and confusion around variant features like MWave. Skip this unless you specifically need a cheap 5G hotspot and can live with babying it. If you want a smoother experience, save your money for a newer hotspot like the Nighthawk M6, or if you're stationary, consider a 5G home gateway instead. Stay savage out there. Thanks for watching. If this review saved you from wasting money or helped you find something actually worth buying, I've put the link to check current pricing and read more reviews in the description. And hey, if you do decide to buy through my link, it helps fund these investigations without costing you extra. Got questions, a different experience with the M2000, or want me to test the budget Franklin or the M6 Pro head-to-head? Drop a comment. Next up, I'm stress testing 3 travel hotspots in a hotel Wi-Fi nightmare scenario. Subscribe if you like straight shooting reviews. See you in the next one.